these videos have blown up on my YouTube channel, and as a result, I've decided that I want to continue telling the stories about the salt, so to speak. I mean, today is a good example. I'm heading up to meet Glenn and Grant, who you've seen on previous videos, and they're in the process of building a dyno machine. I mean, this is just a new chapter for me. I have covered two other sports. One's associated with what you do, and the other one's a little bit different. For instance, I followed a group of vintage enduro motorbike enthusiasts for a number of years. The point is, I love telling stories. I love technology. I'm into cameras. I'm into computers, editing, all that. And this is my passion. And I think your passion and my passion go well together. And yeah. So I think enough said. Please join me. So I've arrived at Grant's place, and we're going to go down and have a look and see what Grant's doing in the machine shop.
Put the the entry, the water goes in that one and out that one, and of course on the outside this bearing cap's going to be covering it. So what I'm thinking of doing is we'll put 5 holes on here, but the 5th hole will be cut out because it's not going to cut into the bearing. It just needs to be clearance on the hose barb. This
I mean, even if it did, it probably wouldn't matter, but
no,
it's just a cap.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we'll have to just cut that away, and I think it's important that we have the water coming in the bottom there.
Well, that's how the whole thing works.
Yeah.
So we'll do the same, and then do the through bolt.
Oh yeah, drill them through later.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, they probably should be slightly offset, because so that when the thing comes around, it doesn't, hit the dead spot there at the same time.
First off, you enjoyed Speed Week 2025 so much. Are you going back next year?
Yep.
It was sensational, definitely going back.
Yeah. We've had our rookie year, our rookie runs, and made it through pretty well, I think.
Yeah, certainly made a difference just being there and not having too high expectations, but just to learn how the whole thing works.
So what I want to know is, what the hell are you guys up to here today? Yeah. So this is part of you preparing for next year, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is. So I guess one thing we always knew, I did for sure, was that it's very difficult to to prepare for something like that, which involves, you know, minutes of wide open throttle running, back in Melbourne, unless you start, I guess, mimicking that. And this is now about making a dynamometer.
Yeah, we really do need to do two things here. One's endurance testing, and the other one is with the fine tuning. We really need a starting point, and we need a target, and we need to measure against it. And well, it looks like a bit of fun making a dyno. So what the hell? Let's do it. A brake dynamometer.
And it's a rolling dyno. Okay. So you roll the bike onto it. You don't do it off the engine.
We've decided if we're going to do this, we have to start early. It's now the beginning of May, and it'll probably take us. We'll probably spend a lot of time making the dyno as compared to even the development on the bike. But my bike, I certainly want to put a supercharger on it, so I've got a fair bit of preparation and balancing and tuning to do, and paying someone, you know, to a company to do it was just going to make it so expensive when it's that's
not as much fun.
This is more fun.
Absolutely, and for me, I'll go back if Bram runs, so I'll just put him on that bike, I think, and we'll just run that as a single. That had virtually no running on it, and everything I did to it was pretty much just, you know, I guess experiencing what other people had done. There was no real tuning of it, no real testing. So, you know, when I start changing some of the variables, recording some of the data off it, you know, things like the exhaust gas temperatures, the head temperature, the power that it's producing, and then changing things to see, you know, and there's lots of things you can change, whether it's, you know, the exhaust, the fuel, the carburation, the compression, and also just getting time on it. So the failure, I still think, was lubrication. So I'll be changing to a premix system, deleting the oil pump, and you actually have to do that properly, otherwise you start causing problems with the drive system down there. But then putting some time in on it, and if it's going to fail, here's the spot to do it. And I'll have a spare engine as well, and another spare barrel, and I will have fine-tuned removing the engine. So I've got a bit of an engine jack that I've sorted out, so I can drop that and put the other one back in.
Wow.
Whack in a new engine if we fail, and then take the other one, and if it means we then take that and rebuild that overnight, then we've got the next one. So, you know, it's not super serious, but you know, you want to, you always want to improve. Yeah.
So at this stage, we've done a bit of research, and we've designed a water brake for our dyno, and we're well into it. We've roughed out all the components, and we're now doing some fine milling, and and drilling, and there's quite a bit to do. And after we've finished this, we'll be making the frame and putting the bikes on, and seeing as a starting point what power they were putting out for the speeds we got, and trying to move ahead on that.
So I've just left Grant and Glenn in the garage, and I mean, that was fun, and I really hope you enjoyed it. But I just wanted to touch base and give you an idea that this is an example of what I want to do. I want to find competitors, teams, individuals, whatever, groups who are preparing for next year's event, and come along and show what they're doing. So please, if you're really interested, contact me, and I'll work out a time and I'll come and visit you. Thanks for watching.